This trunk travelled to the front lines of World War I and made it back again. It's been opened up almost 100 years after its journey, and the contents tell of heartbreak of hundreds of families. Paul Silk's father was an officer in the First World War. He was tasked with writing to inform families the fate of his men, their loved ones, and he brought every single reply he received home with him in his trusty trunk.
Well, some of them are letters to his family, and some are letters from somebody who's obviously a girlfriend, or more than one girlfriend actually. But some of them, I think, were letters that he received from people he'd had to write to as an officer and probably as adjutant of his battalion, to tell them that their sons had been killed in action. And those are the ones that are particularly poignant. It can't have been pleasant, but I think that what he and other young officers would have wanted to have done was to give as much comfort to the people who were left behind as he possibly could. So, for example, one of the letters thanks him for sending a sketch of their dear son's grave. So obviously my father had thought, well, something that the parents would like to see is a picture of how he'd sketched it. I don't know, because of course I haven't seen the letters that he sent. I've only seen the letters he received. But he sent a sketch of their son's grave, which must have meant, obviously did mean from the response they gave, quite a lot to them. In one of the letters, the parents of a young officer asking my father in October 1917, asking my father if he had any details about their son, because they hadn't heard from him for some months. And my father has written at the top of the letter, remember the letter was sent to him in October, has written at the top of the letter, killed in action 31st of July. So these people had been sitting at home in Britain worrying about their son for, 3 months, when the son was already dead.
This World War I artefact has literally opened up the lid on the past and provided an insight not only into those on the front, but also the huge amount of suffering for those left waiting at home. Kate Wathall, Forces News, Crickhowell.